Hey guys, this is Jared from The Mystic Guy. Guys, if you really like what I'm sharing here, please share it with friends and family so this information can spread and transform the world. Also guys, I do one-on-one sessions that are incredibly powerful. Guys, in this video I'm going to get into why we fear rejection. This is an important concept to understand and to deconstruct from the ground up, because the fear of rejection keeps us from living the type of life that we want to live. It is the single most important factor keeping us or holding us back from creating a type of life that makes us happy and feel fulfilled at the end of our life. Many of us come into the world completely unbridled and unconditioned. We don't apologize for having desires. If we have a desire, we go after it, and when we don't get it, we like yell, complain, throw a fit, or try all these different strategies to get what we want. However, somewhere along the line, we get deconditioned out of that natural state of being, and we learn to shut ourselves down, play small, so we don't upset our parents or the family or the structure around us. And this is the worst. This is our true fall from grace. This is the worst thing that can happen to us. Why? Because you deserve to have your desires fulfilled. You deserve to create the type of life that you want. You deserve to be in the world as a being, not as a human doing or as a human condition, but as a being. Honor your desires. Don't be trite with them. Speak up. The quickest way to die is to allow your desires not to be actualized or fulfilled, and the fear of rejection keeps us from stepping into that place of power and that place of creation. When we're children and we come into this world, we just go after what we want, but that first time that adult or that older person or that parent yells at us and punishes us, that's like the first time that we feel small. We feel like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't exercise what I truly want. And that's the worst thing that we can do to ourselves, but it's just a natural response to our environment. But how do you break this? How do you get past that fear of rejection? And where does it stem from in the first place? What's the mechanics behind it? That's what we're going to go into in this video. As humans, we all have basic needs. We all have basic desires and wants, and as we fulfill them and get to the more abstract desires, such as the need of self-fulfillment, the need for being understood, Abraham Maslow went into this in his third wave of psychology. He says that as we evolve and grow along this pyramid of needs, then we change as a human being. And we evolve as a human being. We all have the intrinsic need to be seen and to be recognized. Yet at the same time, that's one of the greatest fears that we have, especially in the Western world today, where a lot of us wear masks and cover ourselves up because we're afraid of being rejected. One of the most important things that I've learned along my own journey is if you can ask the right questions to people and really validate their subjective experience, the whole world can be yours. Each day in my coaching, when I'm working with clients or I'm reaching out to people, I really just strive to see that other person. There's no me there. I'm so involved and invested in that person. I want to know their entire world. I want to know how they see the world. I want to see their mind. And so then I want to help them expand past their mind, because our mind limits our life. It limits our thinking, it limits the way we interact with the world. The most important skill you can learn is to learn to listen, to truly listen and care for people 100% and validate their subjective experience. If you can give that to people in this world, the whole world can be yours, because that's such a critical thing that no one understands how to do in the world we live in. Not no one, but very few people understand how to truly be with another and how to truly see their own subjective experience and validate that experience for them. What does all this have to do with the fear of rejection? Well, the fear of rejection stems from a low self-esteem and low self-confidence. And I'm going to get into this a little bit more so we can really understand how these two and all these dynamics are playing out. Our self-worth and our self-esteem is so shallow that we get worried if we put ourselves out there that we'll get rejected, and that means that we don't have any self-worth or we don't have any value to offer. So what do? We don't put ourselves out there at all. Or we put a fake self out there, or a mask. Because if we put a mask out there and that mask gets rejected, then we can tell ourselves, well, you know, I never really put myself out there in the first place. One of the things that I always strive to do in everything, in all my interactions, is put myself out there further and further. Remove any social masks that I have. Being authentic can be one of the most attractive things in the world. It's what pulls people in. Because you're not wearing a mask. You actually pull people into your world the less masks masks you wear. So if you want power, not power in the corrupt sense, but power is in the sense that the ability to influence people, then be authentic. You know, don't be worried about being rejected. You know, look at the value that you have, validate that value, look at the self-esteem that you have and the worth that you feel within yourself, and then share that with the world and share that authenticity with the world. When you do that, the world will validate and reflect back to you its best face. We wear these masks because we're afraid of putting our true self out there, because if we actually get denied, then we automatically think, oh, I'm not worthy, I don't have value, that person denied me. But it's not like that. Life doesn't work like that at all. I get rejected all the time. Sometimes I make proposals, business proposals to people. Sometimes I'm reaching out to clients, and it doesn't matter to me. Like you don't even need thick skin. People say, oh, you need thick skin. You don't need thick skin at all. You just realize that that's just a part of life. There's yeses and there's nos in life. Let's say you're a waiter and you're going to get the order from people at a table, and you ask them, hey, would you guys like dessert? And they say no. You say, okay, that's fine, and then you walk away. Did you get rejected? No, you didn't get rejected. It's just a natural part. You offered them dessert and they didn't want it. You offer a person a service and they didn't want it. So don't worry about being rejected. You know, don't worry about your self-esteem, and your self-value isn't on the line. You just think it is, and then you say, okay, if I get rejected, then that means I have no value or worth. It's a subconscious belief. We're not actually thinking that when that happens. It's under the surface. How can we reframe rejection? Rejection isn't real. It's just all about preference. I'll give you an example. Let's say you really, really like someone, okay? I had this problem in high school. I really, really liked a girl, and I was so terrified to tell her. I was so scared. I don't know why, but I just was. And it took me like months of courage, even after we had kissed, to tell her how I truly felt. I was so nervous and scared to disclose my true feelings because I was afraid she was gonna say no. And if she said no, then that instantly translated to me, oh, I guess I'm not worthy of that love in the first place. I was looking for that validation outside of myself. Give yourself your own validation. Give yourself value. You know, be valuable. Do things that make you valuable. Do things that make you feel better about yourself, that allow your self-esteem to raise. And then when you go out there in the world and you get rejected, it doesn't matter. It's not a rejection at all. It's just, no, we didn't want that service, or no, I'm sorry, I just don't like you. It's nothing personal. It has nothing to do with you. It's just they want something else. You know, it's like we all like different people. We all like different places. We all like different business things. So, you know, you go to an ice cream shop and you have all these flavors, and it's like, no, I just don't want vanilla, I'm gonna take chocolate. Vanilla isn't intrinsically bad. There's plenty of people who love vanilla, and vanilla isn't sitting there like, oh my gosh, I'm having this self-crisis now. Like, no, it still sits there. So when it comes to you know, being scared of being rejected or being put down, just realize you actually can't be rejected. It's not real. It's just an illusion. It's just a lie that our mind makes up. Get over the fear of rejection. Do whatever you have to do. Get over the fear of rejection. It's the best thing you can do. It's not real. You know, when I was in college, when I first got into college and got out of the military, I would just go around talking to girls, as many girls as I could. I was so nervous to talk to girls. So you know what I said? I said, I'm gonna go talk to as many girls as I can. So I'd go to a bar or just a place, a public space, a library, and I would talk to 7, 8, 9 girls. Sometimes I would make myself look like a fool. Other times I'd make myself look pretty cool. But what that did for me was it allowed me just to accept rejection. Eventually I learned, oh my gosh, I'm not being rejected. It's just they don't want to spend time with me, or they have a different preference. It wasn't even personal. It became impersonal. So you don't have to go do anything like that. You can if you want. If you're scared of talking to women or scared of approaching women, I should make a video on that. Then yeah, I encourage you to do that just to get yourself out there. But realize that you can't be rejected, guys. It's just we all have different preferences in this world. Just go one way or go the other. It's just a normal, natural part of life. Alright guys, that's all I got for this time. Check out my free meditation manual there in the YouTube description box below. Also guys, check out Mind Flavors. It's a wonderful program. It's really helped me along my own journey. Guys, I do one-on-one sessions that are incredibly powerful. Also guys, please check out my Empowering Empaths online course. I spent so much time on this course. It has a lot of value, and I'm really excited to share it with you all. Alright, that's all I got for this time. I wish you all the best. Peace.